Hello, I'm Dr. Raj Iyer. Recently during COVID-19 pandemic, I traveled internationally from USA and due to reasons I could not postpone. If you're planning an international travel out of USA or planning to enter USA from any other country, this video is for you. If you're just curious to know how international travel happens during COVID-19, just keep watching. I hope my experience will help you plan for your trip during COVID-19 times. I do videos on health related topic. I travel to India from USA and back from India into USA. However, the general principles will be applicable no matter which country you want to go to from USA or traveling into USA from any other country. The first thing is, depending on which country you're going to, they may require a negative PCR test or a proof of vaccination. Here's the website to refer for your destination country specific requirements. I have left the link in the description below. My travel was to India and so I required a negative RT PCR test. Remember, the test must be RT PCR and must be done within 72 hours prior to departure. The 72 hours is a hard stop and be careful when you get tested. If you don't comply with these, the airlines may not let you board the plane. I got my test done from Rite Aid Pharmacy drive-thru. I booked my appointment, I went to drive-thru. I took my own sample with the nasal swab. If you don't know how to do this, the person will guide you how to do it. I have to do the swab on my own. One is done. One more. All done. Just to be on the safer side, I also got another test done the next day where I knew the results will be out in a few hours. Glad I did that because the Rite Aid test did not come for 5 days. And in fact, it reached 2 days after I reached India, and if I had relied on this, I could have missed my flight. The COVID test results should clearly say it's negative or not detected. Words like normal or anything else is not accepted, but I would think all the COVID test results should say negative or not detected. Before you head to the airport, it's better to upload all these documents using your airline's app. So my flight was United. I used the United Airlines app and I uploaded my negative test results. And then I got a message that said, "Good news, United Airlines has approved documents you have uploaded to the Travel Ready Center." At the time of this travel, India was not accepting vaccination proof. The next step if you're going to India is to go to AirSuvidha website shown here and submit all the information. Once submitted, you will receive a PDF on your email. Print this as you will need this in the airport. I went to Newark Airport, and for those of you who do not know where this is in northern Jersey close to New York, and the flight was non-stop to New Delhi. I reached Newark Airport. It was not crowded. The security check was straightforward. The airlines did not check any other additional documents, probably because I had uploaded everything beforehand. I had some time. I went into the United Lounge. Things looked different than when I had traveled pre-COVID. There was no hot food items. The cold food items were pre-packed. What you see on the screen is some of the things they had. Not great to taste, but was not bad. Then I boarded the plane for a long journey. I was very impressed with the mask compliance. Everyone had their masks on. The flight was very particular about this, which was great. You also get this message you see on the screen. If you need a mask, the message says, "Your gate agent can provide a mask if you need one." So this was fantastic because if you forget your mask or if your mask gets dirty or for any other reason you need an extra mask, you can always get one. I was in the economy class. If you're someone who looks forward to free booze, sorry, bad news. There was no hard liquor. They did have wine and beer. They may have had other things in the business class that I'm not sure of. The food was bad. A few hours before landing, I was given the option of breakfast, which was either oatmeal or hummus. I just don't know how this can even be an option. I chose oatmeal and this is how it looked. It was pretty bad. Well, you can't expect much in the plane. Sorry, United, if you're listening to me, I'm just being honest. If you have a non-Indian passport, you will fill another form, which is a customs form in India. After that long haul 14-hour non-stop journey, I reached India. Now what happens in India depends on where you travel from. Here's the signboard that you see. If you end up taking a transit plane to India from UK, Europe or Middle East, then you will need another COVID test in the Indian airport. If you have a domestic transfer, then you will have to wait in the airport until your test results are back. Only then you can proceed towards immigrations and customs. If you end up needing a test in India, then they have set up a lot of testing booths to get it done, as you see on the screen. So this was the reason I actually chose a non-stop from USA to India. Here I am in Terminal C of New Delhi International Airport, and I passed through immigrations and customs as usual. I did take a domestic flight in India, and if you are interested to know about it, let me know in the comment section below. After a great stay in India, now it was time to get back to USA. It was the same requirement coming back. A negative RT PCR test was required. This was very easy to get it done in India. If you could Google, you can find a lot of labs that actually do testing. Where I was, visiting the COVID drive-through testing site costed 450 rupees per person, and there was an option of a person coming to your home to pick up a sample. And this cost was 650 rupees, or which is less than $10 US. The results came as a PDF within few hours of getting tested, which was fantastic. Make sure you print this, as you will need in the airport. You do not need any other additional documents. Keep a printout of your ticket, or make sure you're able to show your ticket on the phone screen. Only then they will let you inside the airport, and this is unlike USA. I got to the airport, and New Delhi airport was not that crowded as before COVID. The airlines made me fill and sign another form about the COVID test result. There are visitors restricted to travel to USA. If you are on a B1, B2 visa, you may not be able to board the plane. So make sure you check your requirements before you actually plan your travel. The food from India was significantly better than what was provided going to India. And finally, after a long haul journey, we reached Newark Airport. The big difference was, usually in Newark Airport, if you've been there are different lines for citizens and people with visa, but this time there was only one line, but it was not as crowded. A final word of caution, make sure you always check the most recent rules before booking your ticket or planning your travel. Enjoy your travel, stay safe, have a happy and a safe journey. If you did find any value in the video, don't forget to hit the like button, share, and subscribe to the channel if this type of content provides any value to you.